Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beyond Life Paranormal Podcast. I'm your host, Russell Reynolds, and I got my dad here with me tonight. We're going to do about an hour show tonight. Um, Welcome in, Jeanette. Welcome in, Sandy. Good to see you guys. Um, Before we get into the show, we're going to plug a couple events that we are going to be at. Um, Mother's Day, we are going to be at Mortuary Manor on May 9th. Get your tickets at Eclipse Paranormal on Eventbrite. There is general admission tickets, which will let you go at your own pace, and then there's VIP tickets that'll get you access to investigate with my dad and I. So get your tickets soon, and before they sell out, and we will see you on May 9th. The other event we are confirmed for is Crypticon KC this year. It's a big horror movie convention down in Kansas City, Missouri. They're the very first time they're bringing the paranormal to it. So, and we are headlining the paranormal portion of Crypticon. We will be speaking on a guest panel, so get your tickets for that. Crypticon does sell out quick because everybody comes from all over the world to this convention to see the horror movie actors. There's cosplayers. There's a VIP dinner with the actors that you can get. So there's all different types of passes, and the VIP dinner ones, they sell out quick. So if you're interested in that, get them quick. Also, if you're going to get VIP passes, they will get you in 30 minutes early before general admission. So you have access to us, the actors, and anything you want to see before general admission gets in. Our next event we're going to be at is the West Kentucky Paranormal Expo. We are the guest speakers there as well. So come on out and check that out. Talk to us about the Warrens Occult Museum. The headliner for this year is Aaron G. Thompson from the next Netflix show, 28 Days Haunted. There's going to be a whole array of speakers, including us, our good friends Outlaw Paranormal, Jen DeMarco, Jen Jacobs, Steps Investigates, Josh Morris, 202 Podcast. So there'll be a lot of great vendors out there. Also, for you local Missouri people, if you're into stand-up comedy, check out Hale, Missouri, the Hale Hangout here in March. My buddy Richie will be doing stand-up comedy for the veterans, so come out and show your support for the veterans with PTSD, and check out Comedy Vets for all the info on that. Without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get in the show. Let's see, Sandy Mary says, "Hi, Russell. Hi, Dad."
Hey,
Hello, Russell and Russell Sr., Carol.
how you doing?
Barbara says, "Hello, Russell and Russell Sr."
Hi.
And Carol says, "Good evening, everyone." So tonight, our topic is what we're going to talk about is black-eyed children spirits. Let me pull up my notes here. The black-eyed children or black-eyed kids are legendary paranormal creatures originating in modern American folklore, which are superficially resemble human children or teenagers with pale skin and a pitch black eyes. They are reported seen begging or hitchhiking, or are encountered on doorsteps of residential homes. These beings are alleged to be either undead, ghostly, demonic alien, or otherwise inhuman creatures attempting to impersonate an ordinary human child in order to manipulate people by requesting entry into houses or riding in vehicles with supposedly sinister motives. The history of them, while tabloid coverage of these creatures has claimed that tales of black-eyed children have existed since the 1980s. Most sources indicate that the legend originated from the 96 postings written by Texas reporter Brian Bethel on a ghost-related mailing source indicated that the legend originated from 96 postings written by Texas reporter Brian Bethel. He encounters with the black-eyed kids. Bethel describes encountering two such children in Abilene, Texas in 96 and claims that the second person had a similar unrelated encounter in Portland, Oregon. Bethel's stories have become regarded as classic examples of creepypasta. His stories gained such popularity that he published a FAQ just to keep up with the demand for more info about the new urban legend. In 2012, Brian Bethel told his story on reality TV series Monsters and Mysteries in America. He wrote a follow-up article for the Abilene Reporter News describing his experiences, maintaining his belief that it was legitimate. In 2012, the horror film Black Eyed Kids was produced by Kickstarter funding, its director commenting that the creepy children were an urban legend that's been floating around on the internet for years now. I've always thought it was fascinating. In the 2013 episode of MSN's Weekly Strange that featured reports of black-eyed children is thought to have helped spread the legend on the internet. During 1 week in September of 2014, the tabloid Daily Star ran three sensationalistic front-page stories called Alleged Sightings of the Black-Eyed Children, connected to the sale of supposedly haunted pub in Staffordshire. The paper claimed that shock rise in sightings around the world. Alleged sightings are taken seriously by ghost hunters, some whom believe black-eyed children to be extraterrestrials, vampires, or ghosts. Science writer Sharon A. Hill was unable to find any documentation of black-eyed child encounters, concluding that the tales are passed on as a friend ghost stories. Hill considers the legend to resemble typical spooky folklore stories, such as the Phantom Black Dog, where the subject is not supernatural, and there may never have been actual original encounter. Snopes rates tales of black-eyed children as a legend and cites its Inquisitor article to be advised readers to file black-eyed children under the same heading as Bigfoot. Believe it if you like, but realize that there is no evidence of their existence, just subjective testimony that ranges from reasonable to suspiciously fame-warring. That's a little interesting about black-eyed kids. I could see a demonic doing that because where the kid is innocent, for them, they'll want to make their way into somebody's home just so you invite it in, and then there you go. You got the perfect storm right there. So, I mean, we deal with children's spirits all the time, so how do you know just because these tabloids are saying they're not real, that nobody's ever documented evidence? You never know, they could be real because darker spirits like to hide, so, and disguise themselves. So, what's saying that's not what they are? And gray aliens, they have the black eyes. So, I've I've seen pictures of them as well. So, what do you think?
Yeah.
You think them black-eyed children could possibly be real? I mean, we haven't captured any in our evidence, but I mean, we've seen children spirits. I mean, just like the Amityville, where the reporter that was with Ed and Lorraine caught that child spirit
Yeah.
in the room on that 35 millimeter camera. Now, no Photoshop, so there's no digital. So how could you fake something like that? So I mean, so I don't know how you would fake them black-eyed children. And again, that's what they. This was an artist that drew this picture, and that's what they're supposedly supposed to look like. So how would you fake something like that? And then they classify them as a like Bigfoot. I mean, you talk to a lot of Bigfoot researchers, and they've captured evidence of Bigfoot. So I mean, there's got to be evidence floating around of these black-eyed kids. And how do you know? You know, like spirits in a house. Your kids are reporting playing with a kid as an imaginary friend. How do you know that's not what they're seeing is one of them black-eyed children? You don't know that for a fact. So yeah, demon good at shape shifting and disguising itself as something human when it's not. So I mean, that's why the paranormal field's so fascinating, and there's none of us are professionals in it because we learn something new every day we go out. So, um, but I mean, who's not saying that they aren't real? I mean, it's okay to be skeptical for them until you actually see one in person. That's nothing wrong with that. But if anybody has any questions, throw them up in the chat too. And but I mean, you hear that reports all the time in residential cases that kids are talking about playing with an imaginary friend, a child spirit, and they had, like I said, how do you know that's not one of these? And I mean, we've seen kids with black eyes. That case we worked in Carroll County, that little girl's eyes were as black as coal, and she was only 6 years old. So how do you know for a fact that's not what it is? So, and I mean, spirits can take over people too. So, and yeah, change them on a dime, and like that little girl with the black eyes. So, yeah, that's the one I'm talking about. That one in
Yeah,
Carroll County that we did.
you know, I mean, said
Yeah, you died, and
they
they,
know who you
they know who you are. And that little girl's eyes were as black as that kid's eyes in the picture.
are. Yep.
And when she looked at me and stared me in the eyes, it felt like someone took their fist and drove it right here between my eye sockets. And for her to shut equipment down the way she did, she shut my millimeter down and spiked that up to 130 some degrees. That's never reached that high before. And she shot that EMF reading up to like a 13.0. And it says, I played with a little boy in my room when I was 4. His name was Robbie. He was really smart. He never told me to do anything bad. He never hurt me. He stayed there when we moved. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, you hear
Yeah,
that. We hear that all the time that the kids are playing with something. And hey, Granzer, welcome in. He never left my room when he was my age. He was my age. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, some of them are good, and then you get some of them that are bad. I mean, do you remember Black Eyed Kids where the name was given? give bullies who pick on us nerds, those of us who could fight back. Yeah, yep, I do remember that term in school. Hey, Tiffany, welcome in. I had met a man who was doing some service in our house, and he had black eyes. I couldn't detect the soul behind his eyes. Several months later, he murdered his wife, and they never found her body. The black eyed children come across as looking like this. They could be, yeah. I mean, like I said, the demonic, their eyes are black, some of them. And that could be, and that's what their theory is. They believe that these black eyed children are, they're something demonic. A barroom brawler, I think he's going to blacken your eye if you don't teach. If that don't teach you a lesson, might show you his Smith and Wesson. Don't let me say that again, head knocker, right?
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, a demonic entity disguising himself as a kid because a kid is innocent. So disguise yourself as a kid. It's a perfect storm. It comes in your house, starts playing with your child. Well, then it starts taking over your child.
Well, we had that one there. She was playing with boys.
Yeah,
And she
that
was
little
playing
girl. Yep, and that little girl's eyes were just as black as that kid's.
Yep. Playing with throwing stuff at
Yep,
him.
she was throwing stuff and she was talking to something,
Yep.
and we just kept monitoring her. And before that, she come over to my dad, says, "You died and came back. They know who you are." And now, what little girl comes to you and says that? And to this day on, that little girl is still acting up the way she is, and it's it. It
Husband.
the
Father.
father doesn't believe it. He didn't want us back, and it's hard for us to let something go like that because it's a child. But
We called.
we called the mother. The stepmother wanted us back, but he owns the place, so he didn't want us back. I've talked to the father's mother, who I'm friends with, and she tells me that it's still going on,
And we had him.
and we had to report it. So, but Robbie in dark, Robbie in dark hair and dark brown eyes. He was a white boy. He picked out my clothes, helped me match math and reading, played with toys, but he never touched anything. Yeah, he sounds like a pretty decent spirit. I mean, there is regular child spirits out there. I mean, like the one Ed and Lorraine reporter that they had at Amityville caught. That was the kid that was murdered in the home. So, I mean, there is children spirits out there. We've dealt with them in several residential cases that there was kids there. In fact, our cousin's farmhouse
Yeah.
has children in it, and they run back and forth upstairs in the hallway.
We just came.
And we just came from there, and but yeah, she's got kids that run up and down that hallway. There was another place we did that had kids in it, and heck, Waverly Hills Sanatorium's got a boy that runs around there, runs around them hallways, that rolls the ball, and that's why they got the ball laying out in the hallway for him. And he said to roll it down the hallway, and it rolls into the one room. And when we were there, we rolled the ball down the hallway, and it rolled off into the other room. So, um, so you never know where these child spirits are going to be. I mean, they're connected with land too. I mean, Hans Mill, the Mormon massacre site, that has children, and it has reported children's deaths there as well because they were They were murdered there because of the militia that came in to run the Mormons out of their colonies and lands because the Mormons were considered cults back then, and the governor wanted them out of Missouri. So he hired these militias to ride in and run them out of their settlements. And the Hans Mill massacre, they killed about 17 of them and threw their bodies down a shallow well, including children. There, and we've investigated there.
Police found me.
The well had been lost when, after the massacre, an owner had bought Hans Mill, and there was a plaque there marking the well where the bodies were. Well, the owner didn't realize that, and he's trying to figure out what the heck this plaque's doing out in the middle of this field. And so he went and moved the plaque, not knowing that was marking the well. So nobody could find the well. Well, my dad and I found it when we were out there, and it's they said the well's only like 12 feet deep, and these bodies are down it. And and there was a confirmed 10-year-old boy that was also off there by the militia, and they found him hiding in the blacksmith shop, and they pulled him out of there. And the one militia said he's just a boy, and the other militia said he's just going to grow up to be another Mormon, and the guy shot him. And so that little boy haunts down there as well. And then there was several other children that had perished there and got killed, and they burnt the whole settlement to the ground. The ones that did escape, they were eventually shot also trying to get into Lexington, Missouri. They were crossing the Missouri River, and militia was waiting for them along the river and got them. And then they left after they got ran out of there. They left. The head one escaped and made it up north to Iowa, and his brother went to Illinois. Well, they caught the brother in Illinois and they lynched him. The other brother made it back here, and he went out to Ray County, Lawson area, and he decided to set up another settlement of Mormons. Well, Governor Boggs found out about it, hired the Ray County militia to go in there and run them out, and there was the big Battle of Crooked River war, and I believe it was him and two other Mormons were murdered, killed there, and then in the battle. And then there was I believe, 3 militiamen that was killed, including the General Boggs, which was Governor Boggs' son. He was murdered out there as well, and they're all connected with that land. Once in a while, my cousin will see him outside there, see people dressed up in like 1800s attire, like militia, Pinkerton agency detective looking people out there. You'll hear random gunfire at night. Hans Mill, same thing. You'll hear things out there at night. There's other times you go out to Hans Mill, you won't hear nothing. You remember that one night we went out there?
Yeah.
It was quiet. There was nothing even going on. But when you go on the anniversary of the massacre, which is the night before Halloween, then it's really active down there. And we just did where the Battle of Crooked River is in Lawson in October. And it was on the anniversary of the massacre. And each time we were talking about the Latter-day Saints movement, you'd hear gunfire going off outside. Now this is about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. So
Did.
Kathy popped on. Hey Kathy, had to get ice cream from at the store. Brad craving his ice cream, was he? He just sent me a video that he got part of the equipment working. So um yeah, we were over there today painting on some Annabelle doll figures that we're gonna be selling. And working on some equipment. So stay tuned for that. You, Kathy goes, "Yep,
Yeah.
Brad needed his ice cream."
Oh, yeah.
But yeah. So I mean, again with these black-eyed children, I mean, again, I mean they're creepy looking, but like I said, what's saying not demonic entities disguising himself as a child to let so you let him in, and because a child's innocent, so
Yeah. It's bad.
and I mean, when you see him in a house, and I mean, the demonic's rare, and that's probably why you don't see very many of the demonic entities because of how they disguise themselves and they lay in wait. So it's time to reveal their true form of what they're wanting to do.
You could be sick,
Yep,
have a temperature,
yep,
and that's your weakness.
yep.
And that's when they act.
And they're crafty too. I mean, they know everything about you and your family, what kind of car you drive. Like us, when we go out to handle a demonic case, they already know us. They know why we're coming, what we're going to do. They know what kind of car I drive. So,
See, when you get like three scratches, then they know that, well, we got you.
yep,
And when they do that, and then you come down to be sick or whatever, but them scratches can make you sick. And then that's it.
but,
And then you get nightmares.
and demonic scratches are different than a regular spirit scratch.
Right.
Your demonic scratches,
They're deep.
they're deep like razor blades scratching you. Um, Regular spirit scratches are like someone taking their fingernails and just scratching you. And regular spirits don't mean to do that. I think that's just their way of getting your attention. Maybe that's something all they can do. But a demonic, when they're scratching you, they're warning you. You're its target. That's what they picked. Or somebody like us that goes out and deals with them and gets scratched. That's their warning, like, hey, back off or I'm going to hurt you. And they they are crafty
Mm-hmm.
and they will hurt you. That's why it's not a game to go out and play with the demonic and challenge them, and because they will hurt you. And Kathy goes, I would call kids like this even if they grew up as adults. I said they had a cold, dead eyes, have no remorse for what they are doing. Exactly. And well, that's like I don't know if you guys ever watched that show Amish Mafia. They had a kid on Amish Mafia that was like that when he was a kid, black eyes, and they actually had the Amish have their own way of doing exorcisms and cleansings of evil, and it has something to do with they have this barn out in the secluded nowhere, and they put him in isolation, and the bishop does all sorts of things. And this kid, his eyes were black. He was very tormented. He had sadistic, evil smile, and he had been that way since he was a little child. And I mean, that's like your kids that go out and murder people and do bad stuff. What possesses them to do that? If they were just a normal kid at one time, what's possessing them to do that? Not only peer pressure, there's something else influencing them also, especially a little kid. You see reports of little kids actually doing that, being aggressive, hurting their siblings, their parents, stuff like that.
I was banging his head on tape. Eyes from
Yep.
I dealt with it. And I sprayed holy water on my hands, said the Lord's Prayer and everything. And boy, he snapped right out of it. He
Carol
was
says, "How do
snapped.
you think they become that way?" Well, a
It
lot of it
depends.
is also the household. The parents say the parents are they're into alcohol really bad. They're constantly fighting, drugs. That whole
Everything bad.
negative energy attracts that stuff. They feed off of that stuff. So you attract that into your house. Well, the first thing it's going to do is target your child because your child is innocent. Their minds aren't fully developed yet to know what's real, what's fake, and how to protect themselves from it. They're just an innocent little human being. Heck, you could even be pregnant and that thing will go after the baby inside of you.
You can bring china closets in from the yard sale.
Yep, that could have something attached to
You
it.
can bring dolls in, china in, and you don't know where these people have problems in their house. You bring it in yours, and it starts. So it could be, you know, a lower demon in there. It could be, you know, that's how it starts. And then next moment, you get 3 scratches, and you start getting more, and more, and then you're possessed.
Yep, your life goes
That's
to
it.
shambles. You don't want
Yep.
nothing to do with your family. You don't want nothing to do with your money. You're tired. You're sick all the time. You're irritable. You're in a bad mood constantly. Um, they also you're also speaking in another language you never knew you could speak,
Yep.
and you separate from your friends. You start having financial issues. You don't want to do nothing with nobody. You become distant from everybody, and that's what it does. See that? Blacked out.
Yeah.
That that happens when that stuff. See, see that? We're blacking out.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see that. Our screen keeps,
Yeah. That's it.
but I learned, and this is something that Wade Kirby told me, that when you talk about this stuff, your electronics start screwing up, and because they don't want it exposed, they don't want themselves exposed. They don't like us that talk about it. Yeah, Jeanette says we're freezing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, they don't like people like us talking about them, people that battle them, because we're exposing them, and especially with the demonic, with these black-eyed kids again, we're exposing them. They don't like that, and that was our cousin Ed's whole theory on it, exposing the demonic, just exposing the evil spirits and what they can do, educate people with them so they're aware of what is what they are and what they do, even though they're rare and stuff like that, but it still can happen.
We seen kids. Remember that one there? Picked up a shirt. It was
Mm.
all scratched up.
Yep.
And, it's bad.
And then you work cases where you get them that fake stuff. Like we had one that was scratching himself, and you can tell they were not demonic scratches. He was self inflicting them. He was scratching pentagrams into himself, upside down crosses. He was putting scratches on his stomach.
Oh, that's that one there. Had says I got two demons on me.
Yeah,
And nobody's gonna change it.
yeah.
Oh, he got fooled, didn't
And we proved that he was doing it himself. And he goes, I can't do your cleansings. I got two demonics attached to me, and they're not gonna like it. And well, he didn't know when he got sprayed down. He got sprayed down with holy water.
he? Told me, give me your medal.
And then I sprayed him down, and I had a mixture of sage spray with holy water in it. And we sprayed him with it, and he didn't even respond to it. Now, now that he got sprayed, and I said, "You just got sprayed with holy water," and I said, "You had no reaction to it. Therefore, we know you were self-inflicting those wounds on you."
See, we know every trick in the book when we go out there. That if people's faking it, whatever, because we got a ways of finding out. And when I can read people and I know what goes on, so they can't fool us. They try, but and it's like every person that goes out there goes. Like I said it over and over, it's not a game at all. And I pray for every one of them that go out there. You got to learn a lot of reading, a lot of searching. You got to learn. And if you don't, you shouldn't be in this field at all because it's not a game. People, you talk about psychics, okay? You take a psychic. I can look at them and know that they're not a psychic because a lot of them look at me and they go, I don't want no part of you. I know then you're a real psychic.
Yep. Jeanette had a question: is there any Pacific that has high sightings area of the children? I don't know. I'll have to do some more research on that. I don't think my notes here say anything about that. Let's see here. They say they have existed since the 1980s, and a lot of people are just claiming they're urban legends, that they're not even real, and that they're in the same classification as Bigfoot. Nobody's ever proved it or anything like that. So I haven't heard of any areas that have any reports of the black-eyed kids. I mean, we've seen human beings with black eyes like that,
We
and a
don't,
and a child.
yeah, down in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Yep,
Yeah, I mean, I could see him down there.
they have New Orleans. Oh, you see these little kids and they get in front of these people that deal with this voodoo stuff and all that. You see these kids with black eyes, you know, it's terrible. I was just thinking about that down in,
Hmm.
you know, and I've been down there, and it's no game, no game. And any person tries to do that stuff, forget it, because it's really bad.
Yeah, voodoo is no joke. It needs to be taken seriously. Um, I mean, it's not a game. They practice a lot of that down there, and
That's all you see down there, right in a row. Booths, uh,
yeah, on the
people.
French Quarter, they've got
Yeah,
that's all they got is voodoo stores and all kinds of stuff down there. And I mean, look at Mary Laveau, the voodoo priestess. I mean, she's known as the Queen of Voodoo. Um, I mean, with that stuff, you got to really know what you're doing because it's just like anything else with occult practices, um, spirit communication. You got to be very careful with what you do. I mean, seriously hurt you if you don't know what you're doing. And always remember what you do to others, it always comes back to you full circle. So if you're doing a voodoo spell on somebody, just remember it's going to come back on you. And when it comes back on you, it's going to come back on you 10 times harder. Same with witchcraft. If you're practicing witchcraft and you're doing witchcraft spells on somebody, it always comes back on you. Same with occult practices and like that.
like we said it before. If you open up a door, that's nightmares. When you have nightmares, that's how it begins.
You want to open that door, you better be prepared what's coming through
Yep.
that door. Because if you don't, it's going to wreak holy havoc on you.
We deal with a lot of people and a lot of kids that, they go out there and they play with this, that, everything dark. Then it comes back and they call us up, and there it is.
Yep.
And
Carol says the intent should always be pure. Yeah.
yep,
And there's nothing wrong with doing spirit communication, but you have to set your intentions. You have to know what you're doing because you're opening that door, you're inviting. You don't know what you're going to be talking to through that box. Same with Ouija boards, exact same thing. Tarot cards, seances, table tipping, all that stuff. You have to set your intentions because you don't set those good intentions, you're inviting anything to come through, your bad ones. And just remember, your bad ones will disguise themselves like a regular spirit because you open that door, you let it in.
we went to, me and my son went to a Paragon, and the lady was playing with the cards, remember?
Mm-hmm.
She read you,
Yep.
and she came to me, and she says, "Oh, you're pregnant."
Yeah. That's how you could tell she
And
wasn't a real reader.
you know what I said to her? Not to be nasty, because you got a lot to learn. I said, you should find another thing to do, because you're not for real. And she was taking people's money.
Yeah, you get a lot of them that do that. They'll take people's money and for
You know,
psychic readings, and they're not actually a psychic.
it's the same thing out there selling, to do ghost hunting. And then next moment, they get the money, and then they split.
Yep.
So we're trying to stop that. And for now, I think we did, because it's wrong. People want to go to these places. They don't want to get ripped off, and that's what's happening.
Carol says exactly. You both seen what's shown up while doing the double Estes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Carol, look how many times on your show that my name's been called methods.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my dad and I have never been on that show at all.
Yeah. What is it? 3 times, 4 times?
Yeah. Yep.
Carol should remember that.
Yeah, I remember that there was a Father Paul that came through that is supposedly a spirit guide of mine. Uh, Jeanette says psychics can never read me. I won't do them anymore. I've had readings, usually way off. Yeah, I
There you
mean,
go.
there's a lot of them that go out there and do that, and they're not legit at what they do. Oh yes, your name comes through quite often. Yeah.
Because we're out there doing it.
Well, that and
And
we
everything's
both crossed over into
Yeah.
that realm
came back.
and came back. So,
So, you know,
and everybody's got spirit guides. We all do.
we're not better than anybody. I look at it this way, is that we're out there to help people that hurt them. And, you know, and we're not better than you or anybody else. We go out there, we get hurt, we get pushed, we have things running through me all the time. But the point is that we keep on doing it.
Yeah, look how many times I've been hit,
Yep.
thrown,
Pushed
scratched.
up against the door.
Yep.
And I had to come over there and get it away.
Yep.
And, you know, we did a house, and this is the true story. We did a house, and they called us up to come because in a room they had plants. And what happened is that they go in there, plants are ripped out of the pots, dirt filled up in the
Yeah, I
pot.
remember that case.
Remember that?
Yeah.
And so I talked to the lady, and I said to her, you know, you live in a house where ghost house. Things were running around and everything. She says, yeah, I did. How did you know? I said, because I can read you. And then I go, you ever play with a Ouija board? And she says, no, I never did. I says, I know you did. And down the line, she said, yeah, I did. And then I says, your boyfriend used to be a cop. She looked at me, how do you know that? So the boyfriend comes in, says, I said to him, "Huh." He looked at me and he goes, how'd you know that? You told him that. No, I didn't. He told me. See? And, that house was haunted. And it had things downstairs,
Had a portal in the basement.
basement.
First time we came out, we closed it, and
We had somebody that opened it.
somebody broke the seal, and it opened back up, and she was seeing this hoofed creature in her kitchen peeking around the cabinet coming from the basement. So when we investigated it, we started off in the one bedroom. His late wife passed away in the bed there from cancer in that bedroom, and so we were sitting there all on the floor doing an EVP session, and my dad seen something on the camera come through the mirror in the bedroom, and then I decided to peek under the bed because it's someplace dark. That's where they like to hide. And under there, it smelled like something had died under there. It was rotten smell. And I had
Mm.
made the comment, I said, "It smells like ass under here." And the boyfriend says to his girlfriend, "Did you leave your dirty underwear under the bed again?" Joking around, and I was like, "That ain't no dirty underwear smell. That's legitimate rank." And it was that entity. It was coming up through the floor under the bed or come into the closet. So we moved on, went out to the kitchen, started investigating out there where she spotted the figure. And about that time, I was standing right above the basement stairs, not close enough to the stairs, and something slammed me right into the basement door and then put 3 scratches on my forearm. And it was after one of my members at the time, and we ended up getting rid of it.
It picked up that lady right up out of the chair.
Smashed my one monitor.
And I said to her, put it down. And the chair went out, flew. He fell on the floor, picked her up, set her on the couch. And this thing didn't want to leave. So I said a prayer, and that's why I said about the light went around me. And that was it. This thing left, went downstairs. These guys were downstairs. I'm watching on the, and it got around one of the, who was it? Got around the ladies. That's part of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
But we take our licks, everything.
Jeanette says, "I'm sure my spirit guide drinks."
Oh yeah.
He says, "Last night it took me a while to get what felt like my cat crawling over my legs in my bed. My door was closed and no cats were in my room. As soon as I got snuggled down, here it came again. I finally told it to knock it off. It's bedtime. It stopped."
Okay. Here's something they don't.
Sounds like it might have been a regular spirit just trying to
Well,
mess with you.
here's
Because with us, with all abilities, we got spirits that come to us all the time because they know we can communicate with them. So they want to bombard us.
was talking about your animal inside the house. Okay? You know a dog. If you've got something in your house, the dog's going to stand there and growl.
Same with the cat. Cat will react to it too.
Okay. Now, if you have something bad in your house, that thing's going to try to get inside the dog. Now, uh, say the dog passes away, and you take the ashes and you bring it in the house.
Mm-hmm.
You got that spirit right back in the house.
We actually captured on our SLS in a client's house their dead cat
Yep.
that passed away just recently was coming to the food and water bowl. And we caught it was on all fours crawling as a stick figure right to the food and water bowl.
That's the same cat when I was sitting on the couch. And it came up and it got up near me and it started growling and meow, all that, remember?
That was
And
on another case that we
yeah,
did.
that's the other one.
Yeah, that was that other case
Oh,
we
that was
did.
bad.
They kept hearing a growling sound and they couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And we were able to debunk the sound because the cat was growling. And the cat would just do it for to be loved on. He would growl.
Yeah.
You pet him, he'd growl. And the clients come out when he was doing that with the cat, and the cat was growling. They were like, "There's that growl." We're like, "That's your cat that's doing that. Your cat does that when he's being loved on. He growls."
see a lot of people, they call us up because, oh, they have this going on, that going on. And then when we get there, there's nothing in the house. You go through it and everything.
Yep.
There's nothing. But people, I guess, make up things in their heads.
Well, too, we
You
get a
know?
lot of people that call us too because they want to meet us because of who we're related
Yeah.
to, and it's the same way that they did to Jason Hawes and Grant when they were on Ghost Hunters. They would break their pipes in their house just so they would send Jason and Grant out so they'd get to meet them. So I mean, we get it. We get it too. I mean, I'll get people calling me up. I'll get some of these ridiculous phone calls where people will call me up. One guy called me to one day, "Hey, I got a demon that lives in a bubble on my lip." And I asked the guy, I said, right away, I said, "Sir, do you smoke meth or do any types of drugs?" He says, "Yeah, I just smoked meth about an hour ago." I said, "There's your demon." I said, "Go get yourself to rehab, get yourself clean. If you're still experiencing it after you're clean, call us back. But you have to get off that stuff first before we can determine if it's something paranormal or something legit."
All the guns in your house, it's got to be out of there. I don't care if you put them in the car or whatever. All the bad stuff, like swords, guns, and we have to have them out of the house because you're dealing with, if you got something bad in there, that if it's a demon or whatever, you grab that gun and shoot you. See? So that's why before we go in, we have all the guns removed. See? A lot of people don't do that. We had what at one time we did the house.
Yeah, we did a case, and the guy ended up letting his son-in-law come over, and um, it was like we were one big circus act. Well, I had a team member in the bedroom with another team member. They were doing a spirit box session. This guy comes walking in with a pistol strapped to his hip. Well, he gets in the hallway and he draws his pistol. Meanwhile, I got an investigator in that bedroom right there, and he's ready to head in the door with that pistol out. And I said to the client, I said, "He either gets out of here with that pistol or we're packing up and we're going, because I'm not putting my team at jeopardy for him with his gun. He shouldn't even had it here. And I told you when we came, no guns in the house."
Now, if you take like two cameras and you put them facing each other, it's going to show that thing's growing like a demon.
Oh, you get the pixelations. You don't want to
Yeah.
face two IR
No.
cameras together.
Well, this guy was doing it.
And then he was getting images off of reflective surfaces that he was saying was paranormal, and you could definitely tell there was nothing. It wasn't. But there was an old man in the house, and I was recording on my phone, and they had let us go live for educational purposes on TikTok, and I had viewers watching, and I was down in the basement by myself, and that figure appeared on my camera, and my viewer saw it. I didn't see it, but my viewer saw it, and then we ended up capturing it on the DVR camera. It would go and hide, and then we send an investigator down there. He would come out as soon as the investigator walked. He ducked back in, and it says, "I know things hide when I'm at someone's house. It takes a few tries sometimes. If they know you are there to help or to stop them, they find a good hiding spot." Yeah,
Mhm.
they will, and that's why I like the element of surprise. But with your darker stuff, there's no element of surprise with them. They already know it. And they're already amped up and angry. They're not going to go and hide unless it's something low level and it knows how strong you are. A higher level, strong one, it's not going to hide. It's going to
No,
face you.
the one I faced was a lower demon. It wasn't a, you know, lower.
It was an inhuman
Right.
demonic, which is a spirit with a demonic. See, regular spirits can be inhuman demonics as well. There's non human and there's inhuman. So a demonic entity can take over a regular spirit as well.
Well, somebody brought a Ouija board in, did something and opened it up, and they called us up. Me and my son went in there, and they went in this dark room. They seen it, the white eyes and stuff. So I was in the other room. My son, got me. Came in the room, and I seen it. It was on the wall, and I said, "Well, okay, fine." So I sit down in a chair. It's one of these old chairs. Well, had two arms. And it, well, I told the other guy to sit in the other chair. So my son was there saying the prayer. And I looked at this thing and it came up to me and grabbed me on the wrist. And my wrist burnt. And I looked face to face with it. And boy, I'm telling you, I gave out. I said the prayer and I told him to throw the holy water. Gone. Wow.
You can see it run right behind me
Yeah.
in the video. Matter of fact, I might be able to show them that video.
Yeah, it was fun.
Hold on, I'll show you guys that video. But this video, we were at the Glen House in Cape Girardeau, and we got it spotted. Our buddy Kent from Kenton Paranormal, he spotted it on thermal, and it read 86 degrees. And he called me in, and we went and did our thing. So okay, let me see if I can share my screen here. No, in this video, let's see if in this video, my dad is sitting on the left, my buddy Kent's sitting on the right. Um, so watch behind me when they pan over to me, you'll see it. You loved ones who pray for us and their loved ones. May the holy angels guard him or her, us, and all of our possessions, establishing a perimeter of protection around, rendering him or her, us, immune from any kind of demonic influence. I ask that no demonic bondage, door, or portion, demonic entity, portal, astral projection, or disembodied spirit may enter this space of 100 yards in all directions of all of us. I ask that any demons within the vicinity, any that should try to enter here, be rendered deaf, dumb, and blind, that thou would strip them of all weapons of armor, power, illusions, shadow shoot right and authority, and thou would bind, rebuke, and disable them from communicating or interacting with them in each other in any way. Remove them, sending them directly to the foot of thy cross. Jesus, Son of the Most High, I ask this in thy glorious and most holy name. Amen. Yeah, they saw that in the beginning. And that was at the Glen House in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, where we were at. And that ended up, as you saw, the shadow run right behind me. That was it. And it left. And what I was doing was putting a protection prayer on the building itself so it could not get back in, because the board of directors wanted it gone. That whole place felt a lot different and heavy when they were there, and she'd been experiencing something dark there. So Kent had us come for his birthday investigation, and they had us get rid of it.
People own it.
And the board of directors wanted it gone, so they all thanked us for what we did. And so that is something, that's the first time anybody's ever got to see us do something like that. That usually does not get filmed. We keep that kind of private, but we didn't even know it got filmed until Kent put out the video and we saw it at the end. Um, Now we did that earlier that night, got rid of it, but he chose to put that at the end of the video. But usually you don't see stuff. You won't see people doing stuff like that, because a lot of that is private and stuff like that. I mean, and this is not the only place I had to do one. I did one at another house too. And so Jeanette says, wow. And Sandy says, wow, unbelievable. So now you see that's some of the stuff that we do. Um, and and my demonology studies came into play for that. Carol says, wonderful God work. Yep, and that was a prayer from my mentor, Sister Farrah Rose Perry. That is one of hers from the Swords of Saint Michael. She uses a lot of the Saint Michael the Archangel stuff and Saint Benedict and stuff like that. We also Kent also did one from Bishop James Long as well, and but you kind of got to see the behind the scenes, kind of what we do, and
That's the first time.
yeah, that's the first time anybody's ever got to see that, what we do. Because, like I said, usually something like that stays private because we're doing that for clients. We usually don't film. We won't film something like that. And I was actually shocked that Kent's son he was a cameraman to film the investigation. He actually filmed it, and we didn't know it. His dad didn't know it either until afterwards. But
So
we had permission from the Glen House and stuff like that, and but it's also good educational purposes too, so people can see that for educational that this is what you can do, and this is if you're strong enough. If you're not strong enough, you don't believe, don't be doing it.
That's what I told you because of this.
Yep.
And
And
holy water.
I have one too. Mine are blessed also. That's Saint Benedict's, and then I've got a blessed crucifix on.
I have rosaries where too.
Yep, I've got a Saint Michael the Archangel rosary. I've also got Saint Benedict,
See,
and we had them with us that night
yeah,
to do that.
we came from a Catholic church.
We got blessed before we went out
Out
there, and
in our stuff.
and then we also got blessed in October from Father Bob.
Yeah.
Father Bob Bailey gave us a blessing also, and he did a spiritual cleansing on us.
That preacher, he came out and he goes, when he grabbed my hands, remember that?
Hmm.
And he says, wow, you got an angel around you. I looked at him. Yeah.
But then again, we also get uh, screamed at too because of being our faith based and using it to help people
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Like
And we get told we need to tone that down, but
I'm not toning
we're not toning it down because if we see somebody that needs help, we're going to help them. Russell, you and your dad are Catholic?
Yeah.
Yep. I study under Roman Catholic. I study under Father Bob Bailey and Sister Farrah Rose Perry, which used to be Sister Farrah Rose Deal. She is a 40-plus year practicing demonologist. Her and her late husband, Kenneth Deal, they are recognized by the church, assist in exorcisms. Farrah still assists in exorcisms to this day. Father Bob Bailey is her spiritual director, and I study under Father Bob also. And I mean, it's good to know this stuff. I mean, we're also Native American as well too, so we know the Native American side of it and the Catholic side of it. Um,
But see, you can be.
you don't have to be Catholic to
You can
practice
find
this
it
stuff either
too.
too. You can whatever your religion is, you can do it. But you are not authorized to go out there and do exorcisms.
No, you're not. We're not either.
We're not authorized to go out there and do them. We can do cleansings, exorcisms. We can be a verification for it, but we're not authorized. And these ones that go out there and they do these exorcisms and they're not authorized, you can kill somebody doing it. You can hurt them really bad. I mean, just revert back to Annalise Michael, the haunting of Emily Rose. Look at them priests. They went to prison for it.
Yep.
You at least have to go to confession to go out and do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do. Um, and plus, we're out there doing God's work. I mean, they call us paranormal investigators spawns of Satan. We're not spawns of Satan. We're out there doing God's work. We're helping trap spirits that are trapped here that don't realize they're dead or they're looking for their family. We're doing God's work while we're out there as well. I mean, um, and a lot of us get criticized for it for what we do. I mean, Bishop James Long said it best. us paranormal investigators, we are the paranormal celebrities that go out and help people. We don't charge a dime. We take calls all the way up till all hours of the night. We travel long distances. We don't charge money for gas. We're traveling with all our equipment. And he said it best. He says they should not be trashed about it. They should be praised for it. They're the real paranormal celebrities, and that come out of Bishop James Long's mouth, a priest.
We got T-shirts coming out.
Grenzer said spiritual warfare, the complicated topic to cover, teach. It is.
Yeah.
I mean, look at your YouTubers. Demon this, demon that. Everything's a demon with them. And you see it in their videos. I mean, there's quite a few of them that put them out there. Oh, I was attacked by a demon. No, you weren't. Don't say you were attacked by a demon. You're doing it for your click view because you're getting people believing that you're attacked by a demon in the video so they view your video. You don't need to do that to get people to view your video. Put out good content. You don't need to use, the demon word for video constantly.
We never come out and say, "Oh, you got a demon."
Yeah, we're not going to come into your house and tell you, hey, there's a demon in here. We're not even going to tell you there's a ghost in here. We're going to go out there and research it and say, and get the evidence first before we tell you there's anything in there. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that can be debunked and explained. Old houses creak when the weather changes because the wood swells and doors move because of the shift in the foundations, and frost has a lot of play in it too when it shifts. I mean, my garage door, when the frost is in the ground, the thing doesn't shut right. When the frost is out of the ground, it warms back up, the door works again. So, I mean, there's a lot of explanations when it comes to that. Same with electrical and plumbing and all that. Granzer says, I'm not saying it was a demon, but it's a demon. Various ghost hunter chaser promotes that. YouTube say demon, you will get many views even if it's clickbait. True.
Yep.
And I mean, there is certain groups that run around and say that, and they take it for granted. And half of them, if they came across a demon, they're going to get hurt because they don't know what to do. They need to stop throwing that around like it's some kind of cliche toy that, oh, I've been attacked by a demon and a demon got me or a demon almost killed me. If a demon's going to kill you, it's going to kill you. If it's going to attack you, it's going to attack you.
And they're strong.
And going out saying, oh, there's a demon there. No, there's not. I mean, stop it with the click view for the fame and the fortune. That's not what this field's about. Russell, it's like I heard one priest say, most people won't know if it's a demon if it was next to you. It's why I struggle with so many going out there thinking they're an expert. Yeah,
Right.
that's why there's no experts in this field. None of us are experts. We learn something new every time we go out. That's the fascinating thing about the paranormal field is you learn something new every time you go out.
How many people go in a house? Here's a good question. Go in a house and they don't smell, nothing. When you have a demon in a house,
You're going to smell him.
you're going to smell him.
He stinks.
He stinks. It'll make you throw up.
Or Russell, when some go out there and think they can say words and keep the entity in check, they have power too. To the untrained, they are prime game. Exactly.
Yep.
You go out there and you start challenging something dark like that, it's going to challenge back.
If you don't know what you're doing, you can get hurt. You can get hurt real bad.
That's like the certain one that gets possessed every episode of his TV show.
Like you see the stuff on TV. That
The
ain't
stuff
nothing.
you see on TV is not what we do. It makes the rest of us look bad, what we do. They make us look like we're some kind of game out there when they do it on TV. If you're going to do it on TV, do it legit. If you don't catch nothing, show the people you didn't catch nothing, that the place isn't haunted.
Okay, say if you're laying in bed, I can answer this. But when you're laying in bed and you open up your eyes and you feel like you're being choked, you open up your eyes and you see it. That is a demon.
Why you think that one person that does that gets possessed every episode has so many medical problems right
Yeah.
now? Because of him doing that and challenging stuff like that. Like Annabelle, he decided he was going to touch Annabelle when he was instructed not to. And shortly after, he started having health
Mm-hmm.
issues. You don't do that. When you're instructed not to touch something like that, don't do it. And that's people think it's a game and it's not a game. It's you can seriously get hurt or killed.
This is what our relatives said in the rain.
Yep.
And they get penalized for
They get
teaching
ridiculed
people.
for it and like this one guy constantly calling them a pair of bullshitters.
Same with Tony and Chris, all of them.
Even Wade.
Wade.
That man is a ball full of knowledge. He taught me a lot of stuff I didn't even know about, and I've been researching this going on 32 years now. I started at 13.
I spoke to him the other night,
Yep.
and I told him the story about the demon I faced. You know what he came out and said? You did face it.
Yeah.
You did a good job.
Wade's got abilities, and he saw it.
He's got abilities like I have, and mine. I don't have it all like a relative Lorraine. I could see things that you people can't see, and I could read people, and I could see where go in somebody's house, and if I smell something rotten, dead, we know it's bad.
Oh, Jeanette says, what happened to that one girl who I sent you the video said she was going to hold Annabelle? Yeah, that professional psychic, which is no such thing. Let's just say that she got a rude awakening when she mentioned that because Nesper was all over it. I saw Rick Clark commented on it. It says, I'll see you there, but under no circumstances are you holding Annabelle. Nobody holds Annabelle. And that's the same thing I told her. I said, you may be going there to see Annabelle in her case, but you're not holding her. You're not touching anything in that museum. And I told her, I said, that stuff in that museum is no joke. It's not a game. There's stuff in there that can seriously harm you and hurt you. That shadow doll, that thing is dangerous. My dolls that are in the doll room in there are dangerous. In fact, they're getting ready to be put under a lock and key in a case.
But see, our dolls, okay? I want to explain something to you. This woman got a hold of us. And she was partially blind. Well, she said, she's got something going on in her house. Well, she took a picture of the dolls. And I said to my son, because every one of them are haunted. Every one of them. Right away.
Yep. I mean, when you got a doll that sits there, you take its picture and it turns its head and looks at the camera, or gives heart palpitations,
Yep.
or makes a room go dark, you know there's something. They're a vessel for something.
But when you take a doll, a haunted doll, and put it up close to your heart. You're asking for problems.
It mixes with your heart chakra, and those demonic items you do not want to touch.
Now, we're going to explain something about Annabelle. A lot of people don't know this. How'd she get possessed? I'm going to tell you. Annabelle, some girl owned Annabelle. Right or wrong? Huh?
Yeah, what happened was there was a, and the story is true about this. There was a little girl named Annabelle Higgins. She was hit by a car,
Yep.
and the parents were dealing with the loss of their child. Well, they contacted a psychic, and the psychic said she put the spirit of their daughter into that Raggedy Ann doll.
That's how.
Well, the Raggedy Ann doll started wreaking havoc in their house. Well, the parents got rid of it, sent it to a thrift store. A group of nurses picked it up, brought it home. Well, they started doing everything, focusing their energy into Annabelle, and Annabelle started moving. Annabelle would walk around the house. They'd bring her to the kitchen table, set her in a chair. She would pick her arms up and rest them on the table, turn her head. Well, they started getting scared. Well, they threw her out. Well, Annabelle showed back up with, and she was taking red crayon on parchment paper and writing, "Did you miss me?" Well, that's when they called Ed and Lorraine to come in, and Ed and Lorraine came and got Annabelle and brought her to the Warren's Occult Museum.
But they had a job bringing it home.
They had problems bringing her home. Their car stalled. Like you seen in Annabelle, if you've seen the movie Annabelle Comes Home, that is a more legit, true story of Annabelle.
They stalled by a cemetery.
Yep.
True story.
And Ed was out fixing the car, and Lorraine was seeing all these spirits, and then Annabelle. And then when they got Annabelle home, they put her in a museum. She didn't always be in a case. She sat in a chair for a while. And what happened was, and this is another true story, a priest that worked with Ed and Lorraine, he bought a new car. And many of you heard me tell this story if you viewed other podcasts I've been on. And so Ed said, "Sure, we're home. Come on over." And Lorraine fixed lunch. They had a lunch conversation. Ed went out and looked at the new car because Ed was also a car guy. And the priest says to Ed, "Where's this new doll that you guys just acquired that is extremely haunted and cursed?" Ed says, "It's in the museum." And the priest says, "Can I see it?" Ed said, "Sure, Father, you can see it." But he takes him down to the museum, and he says to the father, "Please don't touch her." Well, Ed just turned his back for a minute. The guy picks up the doll, shakes the doll, and says, "God's more powerful than the devil," and throws the doll across the museum. And Ed says, "Father, what'd you do? I told you not to touch that doll." And the father says, "Well, God's more powerful than the devil." And Ed says, "I agree, but I told you not to touch that." And so the priest was on his way home, brand new car. All of a sudden, he's seen this white flash of light and looks in the rearview mirror and sees Annabelle and hits a tree and wrecks his brand new car, busts his leg, his ribs, and cripples him. Let's see, Russell and Dad, if I may call him that. What about some that believe they can reach the power gift of Kundalini and Kukala and the secrets of silence by seeking spirits asking for favors?
You never ask.
You never ask a spirit for a favor because you don't know if that's an actual spirit. You could be asking something demonic for a favor.
It's like playing with a Ouija board.
Yep. How did the fire doll get bad? That one also creeped me out. The fire doll, that's an interesting story. And I learned this from Dan Rivera and Tony. The fire doll was in an orphanage, and the orphanage caught on fire mysteriously, and everybody perished in this fire. And that only thing that did not burn, and I mean, this place burnt to the ground. There was nothing left of it, and all the kids and everything perished inside except for that doll. So they believe that that doll has a demonic entity attached to it. That doll is creepy. I mean, I can even say that. Um,
Mhm.
let's see. I may have a picture of the fire doll. Um, I mean that doll even creeps me out. There's the fire doll, and that doll, even the eyes on it. If you walk past it, them eyes will follow you. And I did not get good vibes around that doll. And I've been around that doll twice at Missouri State Penitentiary and at the Warrens Paracon where this picture was taken.
That doll right there is the one that came down in.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean that doll is creepy and dangerous. I mean, yeah, the shadow doll. That's another creepy one. That was picked up from a secondhand store. They called Ed to come get it because it was wreaking havoc in a secondhand store, and it's used for curses. And they told the shop owner about it. That's what it was for, and it was used in demonic practices. I mean, it's made out of animal bones and animal feathers. It's got nails in its shoulder, and it's got a human tooth right here. And I remember Wade telling me and Dan that when Overnight Paranormal was there, Elton Castee and his group, and they were doing that Feeding America fundraiser in the museum where they had to spend 5 nights in there. Dan had opened the case for the shadow doll for some reason, and the whole power grid went out. Let's see here. Have you had to deal with a Divic box? No,
No,
never had to deal with one of them yet.
and if we do, it's going through you.
If we do, we're gonna snag it, and it's headed to the museum. Like I said, I don't keep haunted objects here. They get sent off. I've got a bunch in the Warrens Occult Museum. John Zaffis has got one of ours in his museum as well.
Okay, well, I got a question. Okay, a lot of people are out there and say, okay, fine, I'm a psychic, right? Now, do you think for 1 minute, say you are a good psychic, you think you're for 1 minute that you're free from the devil or a demon? There's a good question that people should think about, because that's why I say to a lot of us, like, wear
Yeah,
protection.
you got to protect yourself because with abilities, you're open to it. You open yourself up.
When you put them headphones on you're talking to spirits out there or people you don't know.
You got to be careful with that too. That's why
You got
we
it.
we only do 15-minute sessions when we do Estes because it is very hard on your body and demanding. It drains you quite a bit. My member Jen, she likes to stay under. A lot of times she'll stay under longer, and she's drained when she comes out of it. Um,
And if
that's
you're sick, you shouldn't be.
yeah. If you're sick, you shouldn't be doing them.
No.
If your immune system is low, you're not in the right mindset or anything like that. You're battling depression, PTSD, stuff like that. You should not be doing that stuff because you're vulnerable, opening yourself up to that, especially when you're doing sensory deprivation.
Well, Carol's team, I mention it all the time.
And they do, if you watch that show, they do a protection prayer before,
Yeah.
and they do a closing one after.
And, you know, you should be using holy water. You know, you put some on your hands and you sign the cross, you know, like that. But what you got to do is just take care of yourself because if you don't, and you got these on there, bingo, you can snap a finger, you can change. You don't know who you're talking to.
I mean, that's like going to events. There's nothing wrong with that.
No,
But when you're there, ask for that protection, especially if you're new at it, because that is something if you're wanting to get into the field, you're going to learn. So you want to ask for that protection. Like us, when you come out to Mortuary Manor May 9th to investigate with us, even you general admission tickets, if you're wanting a protection before you start investigating, we'll be more than happy to do it for you. We will have our cleansing stuff there if anybody is feeling overwhelmed, and we'll have electrolytes there as well. So if that happens and stuff like that, we will be there to help you too. It doesn't matter if you're not having VIP tickets,
we'll help you.
your general mission, if there's something going on, we will help you.
I helped how many people in one place
Yep.
because they were getting overwhelmed with objects. We had our family, remember?
Yeah, we did. Had to do a cleansing on a lady that wasn't feeling right. We went to take a break, gathered equipment. We were getting ready to go out on a free roam, and I got looking at her, and I could tell, I could feel it. And I said to her, "Ma'am, are you okay? You're not looking good." She says, "I don't feel myself." And I said, "Would you like a cleansing?" And she goes, "Yeah." So we did a cleansing on her,
Yeah.
and that made her feel better.
A lot of people give me a hug. It's the truth. A lot of people give me a hug and they could feel my ability. But, you know, it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
No,
And, you know, I don't mind it. I really
I
don't.
mean, for us, it's not about the fame and the fortune. For
No,
us,
no.
it's
Believe me.
it's a sense of helping people and seeing smiles on their faces that they got their life back, they got their home back, and that they can take away this experience with something good, and they got to meet really nice people, and they're treated like family. They're not thinking they're crazy. We don't think they're crazy. We believe them. And if we're out at a Paracon and somebody needs help, we're going to stop what we're doing and help them. We're not going to say, "Oh, we're too busy
No.
entertaining this crowd." If there's somebody that needs help, we're going to be there to help them. And same with events. If somebody needs help, we're there. Don't hesitate to come to us. And I mean, even the kids seeing, for us too, even seeing the kids smile is a big thing because they're our future. In fact, our cousin Kathy, her grandson wants to be a paranormal investigator when he gets older. And he'd been asking me questions, and he's about, was he about, what, 12 now?
Yeah.
And our good friends Penn Paranormal out of Kansas, they were investigating with us at my cousin's house, and he got his first EMF detector from them. And he was interested in what we were doing. He was asking questions. He wanted to learn. So I told him, when you hit 18, I will start. You want to do this, I will train you. And in fact, we just signed on a new member with us, and she is ecstatic that she gets to go with us now and investigate. So that is another good thing for us. But that's a sense of relief that we get for helping people, and that's why we don't charge for what we do. Uh, Jeanette asks, Russell Senior, can you pick up on people over the phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done that before. Um, when we screen our clients and stuff.
Tell you something right now. Keep close up. I'll scribe the inside of their house right to a T.
Yeah, he's done that several times.
Where their bedrooms are, where their living room is, kitchen. Never been there. What color your house is, and that's the truth. And people go, "Oh, wow. Uh, can, can you get out here right away?" I said, "Well, we're booked, but oh, we got kids involved. We'll be there."
Yeah, when they got kids involved, we drop other cases to go help children. That is our first priority.
It's not the kids' fault.
You just, Jeanette says you just froze when she asked that. Well, we're also getting bad weather here in Missouri. We're getting
Yeah.
freezing rain, and
Oh, she heard me.
yeah, but we're getting some bad weather here in Missouri,
Yeah, we're getting freezing
and but yeah, we signed on a new member, and it's her dream to be a paranormal researcher, and she loves our family, the Warrens, and follows the Warrens, and she wanted to join us, and now she is now a member of the team, and so she'll be working with us.
rain. There's a lot of them on the
Hey,
team.
Richie, welcome in.
There's a lot of them on the team. Right now on here that Carol and who else?
We got Barbara.
Barbara. I kid around with them all the time. Beautiful people, and they know, and they're perfect psychics.
Jeanette says, I wish I could join. I live too far away. Yeah.
Well, come out to Paragon. See you.
Well, she's the one that's coming May 9th.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she's coming May 9th to investigate with us.
good.
But I mean, it is fun, like I said, to go to the events and do that stuff. And I mean, when you're at the events, even with us, you're going to learn. We're going to educate you. We'll teach you.
I mean, I don't walk around and say, "Well, hey, there's one." I don't. If I don't see nothing, I don't see nothing. But if I do, I'll let you know. And many times he put his gadgets on them, and they're right there.
Yep. And I mean, even like us, if you notice, like my YouTube channel, you don't see very many paranormal videos because we do a lot of residential, and that stuff does not get filmed. That stuff does not get
Right.
posted. That's why you only see certain public, like the movie theater, and which movie theater we have permission to film, but we're the only team that is allowed to investigate that place because she doesn't want people bringing stuff in there that's going to cause any bad friction. She'll let people go with us in there, but she's very strict on that because of the spirits that are in there, and there's one that's not friendly in there.
I mean, I talk to people over the phone. My son puts it on the speaker, and
Hmm.
I talk to them, and I'll describe their house right to a T.
We screen them quite a bit.
And we know before we even go there what's wrong.
Like Jeanette says, I don't lie to people or charge. Yep.
That's it.
Same
That's the name of the
here.
game.
Even though we get accused for it, we don't lie to people.
We don't lie. We don't see anything on camera.
We're going to tell you we don't see anything.
We got nothing to show.
Yep.
And that's what you get. And a lot of people, if they call us up, oh, did you go through the evidence? Right? If we don't go through the evidence, that means nothing will happen. We're not going to stand there and say, oh, yeah, this happened, that
I mean,
happened.
I'll review it. If I don't see nothing, I'm going to tell
Right.
them we didn't capture nothing. We did a place in South Missouri, and I went through all the DVR footage. I went through all the audio, everything, and there was nothing.
Nothing.
She called me up and uh, asked me, and I said, "Ma'am, we didn't capture anything. There was nothing. Either it's moved on, or it was something with the house itself that was causing the issues."
See, the reason why
And it says, "I just have trouble with the really bad stuff. I lack the juice, I guess." And Richie says, "Solve my family debate. Never lied to me."
we get a lot of voices like this from people. And, and I'll tell you, we did one case that took us, what, 6 months.
Yep.
And this woman right now, she's like family.
She treats us like family. We go over there for Thanksgiving dinner. We go to barbecues over there, and
Now, you want to talk about somebody died. Her, when I was talking to her, this is when we first met her, and she wanted to kill her husband. She wanted to kill her kids. She would sleepwalk, whole 9 yards, and drive to the store and don't even remember.
yeah, she drove to the store sleepwalking, went in, bought a box of cereal, went to the self checkout at Walmart, paid for it, walked back out in her car, drove home, woke up in the front yard the next morning,
But
and
see,
don't know how she got there.
she called us up. Daughters called us up. Can you come over and help? I said, yeah, we'll be there. So we came there, and I talked to her, me and my son, and I said, well, I want you to write things down what was bothering you. She was writing things down. You could see her hand. She was in control of it.
It wasn't her writing the stuff.
And I looked in her eyes, and next moment her eyes were black. And I told my son, I said, we got a case and a half. So we went there, and we went through a whole house, downstairs, in a closet. There was a hanging loop. There was 3 loops. And we found out old man died in there, hung himself. And this lady, we brought her downstairs, and my son opened up the closet. Oh, she shook up, ran upstairs, right out the door. But we went after her. We got in the yard, and we were holding her hand, and next moment we're saying a prayer. And that. She says, it's mine, it's mine. I don't want to get rid of it. Well, this wasn't her speaking. She was the person possessed. Well, what happened? She ended up with a cross up down,
upside
upside
down
down
cross on the side of her
on her
neck.
neck.
And there was no way for her to scratch it in there because my one member was holding her hand. So there was no way it was self inflicted.
Yep. And we got rid of it.
Took 6 months, but we got rid of it.
Yep. Then we had to come back for what? This reason?
Yeah, because she had some
People playing.
baseball players from Hawaii that played minor league baseball up here. They were staying down in the basement and they were watching Stranger Things and a cup went flying at them.
Yep.
So they decided to do a seance. Well, when they did the seance, they didn't know what they were doing. They opened that door and they let something in that was not good. And after we did 6 months of this house and we ended up going back and I had to get rid of it. And now they're not letting any of them back again.
They had these dolls, little dolls, and they made a circle.
Did a seance circle and they had the dolls in the middle. And they're supposed to be spirit dolls, supposedly in Hawaiian culture, which I spoke to a guy from Hawaii that's into all that culture that studies that stuff, and he says we don't use dolls for practices. So they had what they called voodoo dolls. These kids have been messing around with voodoo. So they did a seance and they did a different seance where their knees all touched, but they weren't holding hands. And they had candles lit, black candles and all kinds of stuff. And they didn't know what they were doing. They figured, oh, they could contact whatever through that cup. And they did know what they were doing. They conjured something up in that house, and we had to come in and get rid of it. She
What?
seen somebody that looked like her daughter sitting on the couch, and then all of a sudden turned around and it was gone, and her daughter was downstairs.
And how we know we got rid of it? Been smelling roses.
Yep, smelling roses. That's a good indication. When you smell roses, that means it's good.
Now, I'll explain something to people. Probably know this, but we're going to tell you. When you walk into a place, the person has roses, and you see them, bingo, they turn black, crumbled, you know you got a problem. Because demons do not like roses. They like the black.
Yep.
See? So this is all the education that we went through and learned.
We got about 4 minutes left. If anybody wants to throw some questions up in the chat.
Yeah, please hit us with them. I'm in a good mood to answer.
So, but again, for the ones that had just joined us, we talked about the black-eyed children and what they possibly are and the history of them. Also, again, if you're in Missouri near Hale, go check out Richie Comedy Vets stand-up comedy at their event, and it goes to help veterans that suffer with PTSD, and they've saved a lot of veterans' lives from taking their own life. So make sure you guys go out and show their support. Richie's also a veteran, former Marine, so this is a good cause to go help them out. Also, for you ones that are just tuning in, we are confirmed this year for Crypticon Kansas City, the horror movie convention. This is the first ever they're bringing the paranormal. And Richie said, "Did you see the post I sent you with that native image?" Oh, no, not yet, Richie. I saw you had sent me one, but I've been busy all day. I've been at my cousin's house. We've been getting merch ready for shows and stuff. And we got little Annabelle 3D printed Annabelle movie dolls coming out with cases. We were working on them and decorating them, and uh, Brad and I got some equipment coming out as well. So we were working on a laser tripwire today. So, and then we got T-shirts coming out as well. We got a different array. We got fan T-shirts for our team coming out. We also have memorial T-shirts for Dan Rivera coming out as well. Um, so that's okay. That's okay. Check into if you. Yeah, I'll definitely check into it. And then these will be sold at Crypticon and our Paracons that we're going to be at. Um, we do have some more in the works coming up. We're waiting to hear on. Just waiting for flyers to come out. I know we're at Bordertown Paracon again this year. We are doing Rock Island this year, so we will be there as soon as the flyers out. I will be that. Um, so we'll be selling merch there as well. And we'll be at West Kentucky Paranormal Expo in September. On September 26th, I am guest speaking with my dad at that one. Our cousin Kathy will be there with merch also. Um, so, and Aaron G. Thompson is the headliner for that one this year from 28 Days Haunted. So, awesome guy. I got to finally meet him in person at Rock Island last year and got to talk to him. So, uh, yeah, they're all still watching. So, um, yeah, if you got some questions, throw them up before we get off.
And I want to say God bless Carol.
And we also got another announcement to make. We are starting another group. It'll be going live here soon. Carol is our lead psychic research. We are diving into missing persons. We're going to use the spirit communication to contact these missing persons because most of them are presumed passed on. So we're going to try to contact their spirits and find out where their bodies are at and try to bring closure to families that are losing these missing persons and stuff like that. Carol's part of the team. The team is called Hope Trackers, so look for the logo very soon and the website. Jeanette says good night. Sandy Mary says tonight was awesome. Thank you. Yeah, my dad got shots in his neck. So that being said, tune in next Saturday. Next Saturday is going to be a pre-recorded one. I have a shamanic demonologist that does exorcisms over in Glasgow, Scotland. She is going to be my guest next Saturday. It will air at 8 o'clock, but it's going to be a pre-recorded interview because it's late there in Ranzer says good night. Russell and Rusty. Who is who? I don't know. Both Mr. Reynolds. We both are the same Granzer. I'm junior, he's senior.
Yeah.
But yeah, she will be my guest next week. That's going to be an interesting show, and we're going to pre-record it about 1 p.m. time, which will be nighttime there. So I will air it at 8 o'clock Central Time next Saturday, and then next Sunday, my dad and I will both be on. It may be a later show because we're to our cousin's Sunday, work on some more stuff. So, next Sunday, Brad and I will be building REM pods. So, um, Granzer said, "Thank you, gents, for the stream. Catch you both next time. Stay happy, safe, and healthy and blessed." You too, Granzer.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you for all your constant support and tuning in every week, especially all you viewers. This show wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you guys.
Got it.
Um, we just hit the 7,000 view mark for YouTube. And we thank you. We wouldn't make that if it wasn't for you guys. And for us, like I said, this podcast is not about monetization or the fame. It's about educating and teaching everybody, because you may have that experience that one of our topics are about, and it helps you guys learn these topics. So, with that being said, we will see everybody next week, same time, same channel, and check out Saturday night show. I'll be monitoring the chat, even though it won't. It'll be a pre-recorded interview, um, but I will jump on Saturday night after it's over and talk with you guys. So, and maybe a surprise guest. Who knows? So, that being said, everybody have a good night. God bless. And remember, if you're being bullied in the paranormal field, you do have a voice. Nobody's better than anybody in this field. We're all after the same common goal to prove the existence of life after death. And there is no experts in this field. Be kind to one another. Don't down each other. Stop with the bullying. Stop with the drama. Stop with the egos and the competition. This field's not about that. And with that being said, also, one other thing, stop trashing Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Our hearts are out for all you.
Yep. And stop trashing the Warrens. They're good people. Just because you don't like them, stop running your mouth with your clickbait views and your stupid videos. And
you never go anywhere.
what's it going to do? It's not making you look famous. It's making you look like an idiot, plain and simple. Stop with the videos and the trash. They're gone. Let them rest in peace. What if it was your family? Would you like them people to go trash your family? You're going to go on the defensive. Then why do it to somebody else's family? Leave them alone. Let them be. Same with Tony. Leave them be.
If you're trashing them, you're only making us.
Yep.
And if you trash them, we don't hate you. I don't have a hate in my body.
The way we look at it is, you trash them, you're the ones that need help. You're the ones that need saving.
But if, instead of trashing somebody,
learn about them, not what the internet puts out about them.
find the lie up.
Speak to our family members. Talk to John Zaffis, who worked side by side with him. Talk to Jason McLeod. Talk to Wade. Talk to Chris. Talk to Tony. I mean, they'll be glad. Talk to Rick. If you're going to the Warrens' house, talk to Rick. Rick worked side by side with Ed and Lorraine in the 90s. So did Jason McLeod. I mean, talk to John Zaffis. He's worked with him a lot longer. Learn about him instead of trashing them because of what the internet puts out. People like that put them videos out, put the seeds in people's minds that make them hate the Warrens. Like the one guy that lives over in England that wants to shoot his mouth off about Ed and Lorraine, calls them a pair of bullshitters just to get a rise out of people. He keeps stalking the Ed and Lorraine Warren pages on Facebook, trying to get a rise out of family. But he's the one that's running his mouth playing the keyboard warrior. And I told him, I said, why don't you come to a convention and learn?
They're not hurting us.
Instead of running your mouth playing keyboard warrior. I mean, that's like, there's one other guy that does it too. And he wants to run his mouth because he got kicked out of the team. For what? Stop running your mouth, making memes about people. We know you laughed when Dan died. We heard about it. What for? Doesn't get you anywhere. Just stop. You think Judy likes to log in every day on Facebook and see her parents' name trashed every day in videos? She don't. It hurts her. They don't want to see that every day they log in, especially Dan with the Annabelle videos. Oh, Annabelle killed Dan. And I'm sorry to go on this rant, but it's enough is enough. We're seeing it constant, and it's still going on. Annabelle had nothing to do with Dan passing away. Quit with the tabloids with it. His family don't need it. We don't need it. They don't want to see it.
So, we love you all the way down the line.
They can hear you.
We love you all the way down the line. Greg, all you. Please take care of yourself. Be safe.
Jeanette goes, "Oh, I know who you're talking about. I can't believe that jerk is still in the paranormal field." Yeah, exactly. I mean, because you got a personal beef with them, keep it to yourself. Stop putting it out online. And then there's another one that's harassing our cousin Judy.
There's room for everybody in this field.
Just stop. I mean, Ed and Lorraine are gone. Let them be. And I'm going to let you know their legacy is alive and well, and it lives through us family members because we're continuing what they started.
So what happens if, okay, my son, something happened to me and my son? You people gonna down us because we're relative? It's childish.
Yep.
It is. Don't be that way, please.
At least he's not CT anymore. Yeah, exactly.
You know, instead of hating people, love them. Don't hate them. And if you want to learn, learn.
Yep.
If you don't, then get out of the field. You know?
I mean, saying they're frauds is like telling our cousin John Zaffis, too, that he's a fraud because that's who trained him. He worked alongside of them. That's telling their grandson, telling Jason McLeod and the rest of them that they're all frauds that worked alongside Ed and Lorraine.
When these people speak to you, like John Pappas, a relative, Tony, they're not telling you lies. Why should they tell you lies? They're telling you the truth. It's like we are right now. We just want you to be safe and try your best to be up there and do things like we do. And same with psychics. They get up there, they do it, and they read and everything. And they learn. It's all part of it. You learn. If you learn, then you go out there and help people.
Yep.
Do it the right way. Don't do it the wrong way. And don't do it for money, food, fame. We don't do it for fame.
Nope.
No way in heck.
Just because we're related to a bunch of famous people, we're just little old us. We're not.
I'm going to tell you something.
We're not liars. We're not
Yeah.
ego-fueled. We don't show off for our friends and family.
And I'm going to speak for me and my son. If we're going to do it for fame, we'll quit it.
Yeah, I'll
We'll
walk
get out.
away. If
We'll
I'm going to
walk
do
out.
it for fame and I'm going to start charging people and making money off of this,
No, we'll walk out. And don't make money off selling tickets and then bug out and hurt people. It's wrong. It's the name of the game. It's wrong. Don't do it. You know, you're going to sell a ticket for a good faith, do it.
Yep.
But don't steal people's money. No, it's wrong. And I know you people are listening, and I know you understand it. And okay, God bless you all. I hope to see you Sunday. And God bless you.
But
Everyone
the
here.
bullying needs to stop in the field. It's garbage. There's too many people walking away from it because of it. I had a bunch of good friends just leave the field because of the bullying. going on in the drama.
It's like a soured lemon.
Yep.
You know, it's bad. It's bad for everybody. And you got teams out there. Okay, fine. I said it once before, and I'll say it again. You don't put a ghost shirt on and go in somebody's house and say you're a ghost. You don't do it. You're gonna get hurt. It's the same thing.
Yeah, even going in a client's house and
Right.
doing a residential just for your entertainment factor, and then get what you want while you're there, and then turn around and leave the client holding the bag with no results, and then the poor client's scared out of their minds even more because the thing is even more aggressive and wants to hurt them even more, and then now they got to call somebody like me that's got to come in and clean up a mess. If you're going to do a residential, see it through.
Yep.
Don't run in there. If you don't know what you're doing, get a team that does. This is the whole reason why we're part of Cold Spotters as well, because of we're legit. Amanda Quill doesn't take any team off the street. You have to be legit at what you do,
They do their homework.
and they do their homework about teams. And we had to go through a screening to be part of Cold Spotters, and Amanda screens you very good. And that's why we have the whole state of Missouri for Cold Spotters. If they get a case in Missouri, it comes right to us.
You know, I'll explain something to you. When a person gives you a hug and thanks you, you're doing something good.
Yep.
And it makes us feel good and makes the people feel good. You know? And when you can walk around with a smile on your face, especially people in the house, and little kids come up give you a hug. Oh boy, that right here in my heart.
Yep.
And same helping people. It just makes me stronger. But please be careful out there.
Yep. Be careful and get educated. Learn.
We love you all. We do. Every one of you. And we wish you the best. If you need help, give us a
Yep.
call.
Reach out to us.
Reach out. We'll be there.
And like I said, we know people are out there talking crap about us and spreading lies, and we don't care.
We don't care.
We're just going to continue to keep moving forward and doing us.
It makes us stronger.
You talk about us, you're making us stronger. You're making yourself look bad.
And the abilities I have, it's making me stronger.
That's why you see we don't respond back.
And I don't brag. I don't brag because I have this and that. It wasn't my fault that I had it. And the good Lord gave it to me. And I'm going to use it. The best ability I can.
There's one other thing I want to clear up. There's a person running around that's spreading something around that we're not really related to the Warrens and that we're fake.
Wrong. 100% wrong.
I will, next podcast, I will put up documented proof of my relation to the Warrens.
Okay.
Second of all, I do not live in my mommy and daddy's house and do my podcast out of the basement. This is my house. I own it. If I want to do my podcast out of the basement, I'll do it out of the basement. But you running your mouth, running around, spreading stuff around about, maybe you should check your own mirror for your own ego and stop spreading around your own lies and playing a victim card.
I swear on this cross that we're relatives to Ed and Rain One. And that's the truth. And you people want to say this, check it up. Check.
Go look it up. Go look me up on Google.
Look it up.
It pops right up on Google.
We're going out this year to go out and see my family.
In fact, you want to know? I'll tell you. She'll probably comment on this. Dawn Baynard. Ask her. That is our cousin.
And I'll tell you something right now.
Like Sandy says, you don't need to give anyone an explanation.
You got it.
Well, this girl, she's running around spreading it around because
Once we-
she don't like us because of who we're friends with,
Why? Why?
because we wouldn't get involved in her drama.
But why? We don't want to get involved with any drama.
We don't like drama. We try to stay away from
Away
drama.
from it. And it's making us stronger.
Answer. Man, Russell, you are lit. You are steamed. Give him hell. It's enough with that one. She's running around playing the victim card when spreading lies and people are believing her. She's playing the cry wolf game when none of it's true. I've seen the receipts and I've seen the pictures. I'm going to let you know right now, there is no restraining order. Why was she just recently hanging out with this person when he was in the hospital and lied to two podcast hosts that she was late because she was dealing with her son? She was at the hospital. So stop with your lies and stop trying to trash us because you're not getting anywhere. You should check your own ego at the door and look at your own self in the mirror because you got skeletons in your closet.
Because you want to sit down and broadcast on things and make lies. Do you call that entertainment? No.
Russell, I was going to watch Bigfoot, World Bigfoot
Uh,
Central, but you wake me up. Slept all day because I work in the graveyard. He works the graveyard shift.
Ooh.
Oh, Granzer. But yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. And my friend is going through hell because of it. The man's been in and out of the hospital with his blood pressure because of it. Leave him alone. You tormented him enough, let him be.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something.
And now you're spreading it about us?
Our whole family suffered. And it was so bad, it put me in the hospital. And ask my son.
Yep.
Put me in a hospital because of all this garbage.
Drama is dark, so it will always find you both because, yeah, we work in the light. Dark don't like the light. And a lot of people do it because they're jealous. It's jealousy and
Once they go to church, yeah, there you are. Go to church and believe in the Lord. Go to church and see. Maybe you'll be different when you walk out.
yep.
You know, don't have come out and say, "Well, oh yeah, oh I'm better than you." You're not better than us. You know what's
And
better than you us? Your mouth.
and that we're fake in the paranormal. We're not fake.
Right.
I didn't work hard for 32 years to get where I am today by faking stuff. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this to build this group.
And all the people who gives us a thank, that's from your heart to ours.
Yep.
We appreciate it. And I swear on God up above, and I've been up there and I come down. I pray that this hate would stop.
And like I said, this year, it's a whole different year for us. If you don't support us, we're not working with you. Also, if you're going to use us for because of who we're related to and because we're well known,
Get it?
you can forget it. It's not happening this year.
We're not doing it.
If you're going to get what you want from us and then turn around and stick a knife in our back, not happening.
We're out there because of our family. Now Tony and them are taking a break. We're out there because of our family.
Carol says, I think when people are acting negatively towards others, it's the things they don't like within themselves. Exactly.
You got it. You said it all, Carol.
I mean, we dealt with 4 years of it. and now we got this one trying to do it. I mean, we don't care, but get your facts straight before you start spreading lies about people.
But I don't care anymore. You know why?
We're just doing us.
Because I got the good Lord on my side.
We're going to continue what we're
And
doing,
that's it.
and you're not going to stop us. You can trash us all you want, but it's only going to make you look bad because you're not going to get a response out of us anymore. So this was the last and final time I'm saying it,
And that's it.
and that's it. You're not. You can run your mouth all you want about us. We're still going to keep going and doing our thing. We're going here. You're going here.
Yeah.
Anybody that does that drama crap, they're going down here. The ones that don't respond to it are going here because people are going to see it. Making yourself look bad.
It's like a flower. You know, it grows each year. You know,
You put fertilizer on it, it grows. Well, the drama is the fertilizer.
That's it.
And even you other teams that are dealing with it, I've been seeing it all over Facebook. Don't deal with it. Keep doing you.
Bad for you.
Yeah, we feel bad for you. Keep doing you. Who cares what they say? Let the haters hate.
And sometime we'll meet up at Paranormal.
Yep.
We'll meet you.
You teams that are being bullied, we got your back.
Always.
There's still some para-unity within some of us.
And I love every one of you. Every one of you. We're on the show every single time.
And I mean, go watch Ken 10's video, Return to the Glen House on YouTube, and you will see that para-unity in action. There was 3 of us teams there. Us, Ken 10, and Bluff City, and we all worked together. There was no bickering. There was no fighting. We all worked as a team, and we were investigating as a team.
The reason why I wasn't on with my son was because I was sick. I was sick of the lies and
the drama and all the garbage.
I was sick. And sometimes I sit there, why? Why people do this? A lot of times I had tears in my eyes. I'll grab my cross and say prayers for him. I don't have a bone in my body, and that's the truth.
I deal with it on a daily basis.
And my son either. But please, quit it. That's all we ask.
Just go about your business, do your own thing, leave people alone. Leave us alone. We're not bothering you.
If you want to come and say change your ways, come and see us.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you. There's other ways, but don't do this.
You're gonna go out there and trash us, and not even get your facts straight. And like I said, half of you that are doing it, you need to check your own self in the mirror for your own ego. Check your closet for skeletons, because I guarantee you got a bunch hiding in there. And you just want to run your mouth and toot your horn, but you're the ones that making yourself look bad. And it's going on all over this field, and it's nuts. Just stop. It's not like when I started almost 32 years ago. It wasn't like this. The only ones that were getting hecklered was Ed and Lorraine back then from the media, but that was about it. And I mean, they took the arrows that were slung at them like crazy. And they still kept going, and that's what we're doing. You may not like us. That's your problem, not ours. And we're going to continue to keep doing us.
But I know one thing.
What?
Huh? I love to make Craig mad.
Yeah, check out Greg Costa's show. He's a good guy. He's on Supernatural Inc.
Please get a different computer.
But with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap
Yeah.
up. It's almost 10:30 here. So
God bless you all.
and I thank you guys for tuning in tonight. And sorry we went on a rant for a little bit, but we had to get that stuff out because that's the last you're gonna hear of it from us.
That's it.
And enough is enough with it. We're not gonna acknowledge you anymore. You don't exist to us.
And if you think you're gonna knock us out of this field, you're gonna know things coming.
Try your best.
Try your best, but you're not.
It's like my family. Many people have tried to destroy the Warrens' name, and many people failed. Nobody's destroyed it yet. It's still going strong. So
Our family told us one thing: don't be afraid and don't think of other people.
yep.
Just ignore
Dan Rivera told me,
Yeah.
him and I used to talk quite a bit. And he told me, and I said, how do you deal with all this hate that you guys get? He says, I take it and use it as motivation. And I keep going, and I piss them off even more by me still going. They figure, how am I still standing strong after all that?
And we still, my family still owns the everything
In the
that
museum.
museum. They're just renting it
They're just leasing the
Leasing
objects. They're caretakers for 5 years.
5 years. So,
And then after that, I don't know what's going on after that with them.
but when we go to see them, we'll know more about it. And believe me, if I had my way, I would have that place in my family.
But
But
we love Elton. Elton's like
We love him.
family. He's down to earth guy.
he did good.
He did good right about my family, and we're proud of Elton keeping the legacy alive
Yeah.
and what he did to the house. That is awesome. What he did to the house, and
Yeah.
so we're gonna go meet Elton this year. Him and his wife Ginger. I've been talking to Ginger quite a bit, and Elton, and got to know him quite a bit by talking to him, and they're good people. Elton's changed from what he used to be on his show back then, and for the longest time they were not allowed to go to the Warrens Occult Museum. Tony kept telling them no, they weren't ready, and then finally they were ready, and they let him come. So, but they and I see we're starting to cut out again, but
Yeah.
again, everybody, we're gonna get off here. We're starting to freeze up because of the weather.
No, it ain't because of the weather.
Well,
Craig's cutting us out.
I think Craig's little computer minions are messing with us too. I'm gonna have to get after him about it. Carol, remind me to get after Craig about his computer minions.
Yeah. God bless you all. Okay. We'll see you next Sunday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I said, I got a great guest next weekend. It'll be a pre-recorded show. I'll be in the chat monitoring. So
And my prayers are for all you. And Carol's team, Craig's team, whatever. All for you.
yep. So with that being said, everybody, God bless. Have a good night.
Yeah.
And we will see you next weekend.
God bless you.
Carol, I said Greg's computer minions are messing with mine that I keep blacking out and freezing. I said, remind me to get after Craig about it, that he keep his minions over at his show. I think his basement people are messing with me. So we'll have to get after him about it. So we'll see you all next week. Same time, same channel. Everybody have a good night and God bless.
Yeah, God bless.